There have been 9 live-action Spider-Man movies, 3 Tobey Maguire, 2 Andrew Garfield, and 4 Tom Holland movies. And after watching Brand New Day, I began going back and rewatching them, and the question begged, where would I rank all these movies? So I'm going to go ahead and make a quick episode that I've been working on. I didn't realize how hard this was going to be at first, but we're going to rank all the Spider-Man movies starting right now. Welcome everyone to another episode of Sigma Duocast. I'm your host Rick, and again today we are going to be ranking all of the live action Spider-Man films. I have to be specific because all the rankings as of late have included the Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales films, and I'm not including those into this ranking that we're doing today. Okay, so again, live action films, no guest star films either, so no Civil War, no Infinity War, and no Endgame, just the solo starting. Now, before I start, I wanted to say I was going to try and record this whole thing because I'm doing video as well. So if you're listening, I was going to do video. Hopefully I did end up doing video, but I was going to record wearing this Spider-Man mask that I have here. It's the Marvel Legends Hasbro one. And the thing is, this sucker gets really hot and the lens get really foggy at times. So I was like, you know what? Not going to do it. I really wanted to. I was going to try, but I'm not, but I have it right here. The other thing is I did order Tom Holland's non-alcoholic beer. It's called BERO, and they have the Kingston Golden Pills, and it's the Spider-Man Brand New Day edition. So I got that right here. I've never had a non-alcoholic beer. I kind of just figured, what's the point? But hey, in light of everything Spider-Man lately, I said, why not? So cheers, got that going. Do the double tap. And my quick take on it, it's not bad. Like if you want to drink beer, but obviously not the alcohol aspect involved, it tastes pretty good. It just tastes like a normal beer. Pretty chill to sip on. So again, if you're going for the non-alcohol, go for it. I don't know if I'll buy any more of this. I just, again, bought the special edition Spider-Man one. That's about it. All right. So a couple things I want to say as well before I do my ranking is that this is not me ranking these movies based on which one is technically the best one, which one's superior or anything like that. This is strictly, purely just my personal ranking, what I like, enjoy. I can nitpick every single one of them. I can prop every single one of them. But at the end of the day, it's just, I like to pretty much put it this way. If you had all of these movies in front of you and you're with a friend or yourself and you said, hey, which one do you want to watch? That's kind of how I went with it. Like, okay, I'm looking all night. Let's go with this one. Obviously it's a vibe. It's what you're feeling. But that's kind of the approach I took with this. So again, there's 9 movies. One has to be at the bottom. I'm not saying that is the worst or it's a terrible movie in any way. It's just saying it's my least favorite as of right now. And there might be a little bias right now with the current Brand New Day stuff going on, but we'll see how my list changes up a little bit later. Next year probably we'll do it again. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So number 9, Spider-Man Far From Home. Yep. Again, one has to be here. Not that it's a bad movie. I really enjoyed Jake Gyllenhaal's character. His portrayal of Mysterio was really well done. Again, it was more influence from Tony and all that, not really Spider-Man per se. They had some really good, fantastic sequences. My favorite is the Nightmare Illusion sequence was really good. The thing for me, though, is just that, I didn't care that it was a European trip. It just doesn't interest me. Like, I don't really know what it is about this movie. There's just some subtle things that I just like. I'm like, I didn't really care. I'm not a big fan. This is my second favorite love interest for Spider-Man in the live action films, this MJ. And I don't know. I'm not really, it was heavily focused on that. So anyways, number 9, Spider-Man Far From Home. Number 8, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3. Again, there's things I love about this movie. and there's things I just don't like. And, you know, I love the symbiote suit. I love the way it looked. I like the design they did. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Venom, and I was excited for them to include Venom and the black suit. So the black suit, A+, they hit it out the ballpark. As far as Venom goes, he had an okay design as Venom. I didn't really mind it. I did like the look. Topher Grace, I like Topher Grace. I just didn't buy him as Eddie Brock or Venom. It just, I don't know. Sandman was cool. I like for its time, the design, the CG was really good. I mean, you had the conclusion of Green Goblin. Again, Mary Jane this is my least favorite Mary Jane. I think the very first Spider-Man movie of Tobey Maguire, Mary Jane was amazing. Kirsten Dunst. After that, they just kind of made her, I don't know, dude, like just annoying. I really just didn't care for MJ. And yeah, I love the church bell sequence. Fantastic sequence. So again, I can say a lot of good things and I can say a lot of bad things. I'm not a big fan of the whole Bully Maguire and the dance and everything, as cringe as that is. And I know now it's like pop culture lore and everything. It's all right. I mean, it was weird when I watched it for the first time, and it's still weird now. It just gets a little extra chuckle. All right. Again, I had to place these movies at some point. So, number 7, Spider-Man Homecoming. Up until No Way Home, Brand New Day, I mean, there's only 4. So, I really enjoyed Homecoming. I really like this film. I love Iron Man's in it. That's awesome. Obviously, is like the way to propel this film. I love the suit that Iron Man has. The Mark 47, I believe, is probably one of my favorite Iron Man suits. A Vulture was fantastic. Michael Keaton as the Vulture was amazing. He killed it, especially when you have that moment where, you know, the little twist where you find out that he's Liz's dad, and then they're driving to the prom and he tells her to go in and he's going to have the dad talk. Oh, dude, that was like classic Spider-Man villain banter conversation. I don't know. Really well done. A good movie for Spider-Man. You know, he wants to come out and be an Avenger and thinks he's all high and mighty. Then he has to get reality checked real quick. So I think it was a good one. I really enjoyed Homecoming. The Washington Monument sequence. I always love watching that sequence. It's amazing. Yeah. So number 7 for Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 6, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I understand people have a lot of opinions when it comes to Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man films. I personally really enjoyed the Amazing Spider-Man films heavily because I got really into the Ultimate comics, the Ultimate Spider-Man comics to be specific, and they took a lot of inspiration. I think these movies were a lot darker. They weren't as colorful, bright. They still had that funness to it because I feel like this was one of the best Spider-Man that we got. Andrew nails it because he's just always with the quips, always joking, and they don't fall flat. The Peter's a little bit different. The Peter Parker we get, there's a little more confidence in him, but you still have that traditional Peter Parker. I liked Electro. A lot of people didn't like Jamie Foxx Electro. I personally did, especially when he's like comes alive and they're in the Times Square. That whole sequence was amazing. Obviously the story just falls kind of flat. You can tell that they're trying to do a lot. They're trying to establish a world because there are quite a few villains or characters, I should say, in this movie that are either introduced as a minor cameo or that has going to have a bigger purpose later or something. But you can tell this was the film that they were going to build the Sony Spider-Man cinematic universe. Like it was about to go all out. Problem is the movie didn't do so well. It bombed in the box office. Critics didn't really like it. Fans kind of didn't like it as well, unfortunately. And then Sony needed something, and Marvel was like, "Hey, we really, the MCU really needs Spider-Man. Let's work out a deal here." So, the thing about the Andrew Garfield films is that they have the Gwen Stacy. I absolutely loved Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone. I think they did a phenomenal job. This is probably the best love interest that he has in the films, and the one that he builds so much. Like the chemistry is just there. Like when you see these two, there's so much chemistry. Even though Tom Holland and Zendaya are like getting married in real life, if they're not already, like their chemistry is all right on film. It translates okay on film between the characters. but it didn't feel like Gwen and Emma and Andrew Garfield. It didn't feel that way at all. So I really enjoyed it. I personally, again, I love this movie. I think there's a lot of great stuff to it, which leads me to my number 5, which is The Amazing Spider-Man. So you might be thinking, well, I'm talking a bunch of high praise on these amazing movies, aren't Andrew Garfield movies. Why are they had to be somewhere in their mid-pack. I want to put them higher. And I can't. I mean, it's my list, right? But I mean, I can justify putting them higher. I don't know what it is. I just rewatched both of these the other day, and I'm like, I loved them. Like, I just really wish they were able to finish the story, at least give us that third film, tone it down. But the way we see Andrew as Peter, and you see the intelligence side, you see the mechanical web shooters he's building. He has that sarcasm. He has all the spider-like movements within that. Obviously, like I said, he has a little more confidence as Peter Parker. Like, he'll stand up to bullies and stuff, but it's still there. Like, it's Peter Parker. It's what he would be. I really enjoyed Connors as a lizard. I thought the design was fine. It would have been cool to have that like more lizard snout, but it worked out with what they got going on. Story was really simple, but there was so much mystery around the Peter's dad, his parents, working at Oscorp, utilizing the gene that they use, the DNA of the Parker bloodline to do the whole animal stuff. Like, there's so much there, and we'll never know. We'll never know what it is. But if you were a fan of the Amazing Spider-Man films and you really love those films, and you're like, dude, this is great, and you have not read the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, I highly, highly, highly recommend you do, because again, a lot of it is heavily influenced. Richard Parker, Peter Parker's dad as a scientist and everything comes from that. The Gwen Stacy story goes, she does die, but then she comes back. Spoiler, she's like a clone. There's a whole thing, dude. Like, it's insane. But the Amazing Ultimate Spider-Man comics are fantastic. All right, now we're going to get to the top 4, which this got tricky. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man. This movie just has a special place in my heart. It was the first live action. I was big time into it. I think I've seen this movie 7 or 8 times the first week it came out. I've seen it twice in one day. I absolutely love this film. It is classic. It takes me back to the animated Spider-Man cartoon show from the 90s. So it gave me a lot of that. Tobey nailed it. Again, this version of MJ Kirsten Dunst was well done. After that, I don't know what the hell happened. I genuinely don't know, because I really did not like MJ after this. Oh my God. You got Green Goblin going at it. It's Willem Dafoe just puts on such an iconic performance. I don't know what else I can say about this. This was an amazing movie. All right, number 3, Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, I had to do it. I know a lot of people put this movie high praise, but I feel it's the nostalgia factor, because if you remove the elements of the multiverse, Andrew, Tobey, like, it's like, okay, you remove the villains, again, you don't have a movie. So this movie is like the homage, the appreciation, the anniversary of the cinematic Spider-Man movies. I think it's a good movie. I think it's great. I think it made sense. It definitely progressed Tom Holland's Peter's and Spider-Man story. By the end of it kind of resets, soft reboot the whole MCU Spider-Man. So that was really good. Doctor Strange is amazing, having him in this one. I mean, every Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, there's always another MCU character. You had Iron Man in Homecoming, Nick Fury in Far From Home. You have Doctor Strange in this one. And then you have the Incredible Hulk in Brand New Day. So like every Tom Holland, he's always been supported by another MCU character. But they do a really good one with this. It worked really well. I think it was fantastic. And it gave us it's gave us kind of the partial beginning and origin story of the actual Spider-Man. So, which leads me to the number 2, which I honestly, as of right now, this is where it's at. I never thought this would ever happen, but number 2 is Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire. Honestly, it's probably been my number 1 for the longest time, and it probably will still be number 1. I think it's just the bias of what I kind of recently have with the what's going to be the number 1 film. But this movie was amazing. You had Doc Ock. Alfred Molina did a phenomenal job. Like, he really captured what he was going for. Like, he's not really a villain. He's just a scientist, and he gets corrupt by the inhibitor chip that malfunctions and everything. But again, Spider-Man going at it, trying to stop him and everything, especially if you do the 2.1 version of the film. They extend some of the fight sequences, which is amazing. You have that iconic subway scene where he's trying to, stop the above ground subway to crash. Like, there's just so much in this movie that's just amazing. You have the spider block that they try to do, his emotions coming into play. Again, I didn't care for Mary Jane, so felt like she was kind of a floozy in this, but whatever. But I mean, this is amazing. Great suit. And then they definitely upped the movements and everything for Tobey. So he, really had that Spider-Man feel to him. So yeah, it was tough. I went back and forth with this one. And I asked myself, if Spider-Man 2 and Brand New Day were sitting in front of me right now, which one would I watch? And again, maybe it's because it's just current time, but I said, I want to watch Brand New Day instead. So that leads to number 1, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Again, right now it's my number 1. Could change, but I don't know what more I can say about this film. If you go back and listen to the last 2 episodes, where I did my instant, like, out of theater, thoughts, and then my extended review, like, this was finally that definitive Spider-Man film. And there's just so much in this movie that I genuinely like. I hope I can watch it one more time before it's out of theaters. I know as soon as it's available digital, I'll be buying it. But this was the Spider-Man from the Tom Holland era that we've been waiting for, and we finally got it. And it was done so well. So I'm really excited for the next Spider-Man film to see what we get there. Obviously, we'll have some either Doomsday or Secret War stuff before then. Hopefully we get the black symbiote suit. This is Tom Holland's 7th appearance as Spider-Man, 4th solo film, so he's going to most likely get a 5th and a 6th. But I don't know. I don't know what else I can say about Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's so good. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. That's my ranking. So let's do a quick little recap for you. So with no description, let's do number 9, Spider-Man Far From Home. Number 8, Spider-Man 3. Number 7, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 6, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Number 5, The Amazing Spider-Man. Number 4, Spider-Man. Number 3, Spider-Man No Way Home. Number 2, Spider-Man 2. And number 1, Spider-Man Brand New Day. That is my personal ranking as of right now that I like of the Spider-Man films. Again, it's just what I created, how I felt. I looked at it as if they were in front of me, which one would I throw on the TV right now to watch? It's kind of the way I approached it. I think, though, after doing all this, who's my favorite Spider-Man would be the next big question between Tobey, Andrew, and Tom. I think most people would know my answer. I feel like I know what my answer would be. So I'll let you guys sit on that, because that will be maybe for another conversation. Maybe I'll have a guest. We'll talk a little bit about Spider-Man. But for now, this is my list. Ranked all 9 of the live action films. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your rankings are. You can put in the comments of the podcast. You guys can go in the socials, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Put it on there. I would be more than happy and would love to hear your guys' ranking. And so until next time, guys, peace out.